go because there are lots of people I need to thank and to welcome here tonight. This piece of paper is dated the 25th of February 2009. And that's when this idea came about. It was an idea we thought we could never afford. I will say that. Paul Tetchy had the first meeting with myself and Pat Jenkins all those years ago. And we talked about sports, we talked about, even then, storage, how would we get the trampolines in? We talked about the court size, what sort of sports we'd be able to play. It would be standalone, we wanted. We can afford no changing rooms, 2 toilets was the original plan. I was told then we'd have to keep the cost as low as possible because there's not a PFI. You've read a lot about PFIs in the news. It wasn't a PFI. It wasn't a grant. It was Stewards community through the grant we get as educators to be able to support this development. So originally it was going to be 720,000. Then it was 1.2 million. Well, we know it was a lot more than that in the end. But that piece of paper was the beginning of where we are today. I've got some people I'd like to welcome and also to thank. Price Bailey, that's Paul, where are you Paul, and Rob, who've helped us on the journey. A lot of sports people I'd like to invite and welcome here. I hope you'll be the first of a number of times when you come. So Kelly Harmon, Active Essex, where are you Kelly? It's Kelly. Mario Petruccio, Futsal, Mario, there he is at the back. Jeff Davis, Gymnastics. Marion Hook, Cross Keys Netball. Anne before the strike, athlete, competed in the 2004 Games, and it's great that you're here to join us, Anne, representing really the athletic community in Harlow. Mick Ellis, judo. And then some ex-staff, all of whom have a connection or a love of sport. Steve Orwin. Where's Steve? Steve, all those years ago, worked here, and we used to do marathons, didn't we? With the minimum facilities, we did the maximum we possibly could. Marathons around the town and cross-country races that Steve helped organise with the PE team. Sue Collins was also part of the PE team here years ago. Sue's a Commonwealth Games heptathlete, or has been in the past. Pentathlete. Gary, who's been my deputy for dozens of years actually, who always had a dream for this school that we would have something like this. And so it's great that you 3 ex-staff who've had a real commitment to sport have been able to come on our opening night and see it for the first time. But then there are people who actually did the work in getting us to where we are. So we have from Ball Hall, I believe, Alan Hodgkinson. Alan Hodgkinson, Ball Hall. They were involved with John Lloyd from the beginning with starting the process, and what I would say about that is that company has worked extremely well with us. We've been delighted with the quality and the way in which they've ensured that we have got what we dreamed of. That's gone through them. Initially they were the people who we contracted to work with, and they had the same idea as we had. They've done a lot of work like this around the country, and they were able to bring excellent practice to this building and to what we now have. And then we had the concept architect, and that's Lee Batten from Clegg. Lee is there. Took our original idea and turned it into the plans that you now see. Wonderful facility. Dealt with the planning approval as well, I believe. So all of that went through Clegg, and that was with Lee. And then we had the people who managed and ran the project. So having got the planning permission, the idea, the funding, we then had to make it happen. And Daniel Connell Partnership, that's Alistair Clark, there, blue suit Alistair, and Stephen Green, working with him. They're Daniel Connell Partnership, and they've helped us run the project and make sure that it kept on track really, and that everybody has been fully informed. They've been really good communicators along the way. And then TJ Evers, Mervyn Denny and his team, who have been on site doing it, making it happen, have all been excellent. Tonight we've got Justin Cooper, yeah, and we've got Tony Fawcett. Tony, who was always a cheerful and easy man to work with actually. He knew what we wanted. He was actually, from our perspective.
Must have misplaced the envelope.
I don't think so, Tony. We have found you a really easy guy to work with. You knew exactly what was planned. You showed us along the way, showed us things as they were happening, asked us questions about, do you want this, do you want that? I chose the colour scheme, by the way. Just so you know. The colour scheme is my choice. But great to work with. Very, as I say, always upbeat and cheerful, and worked extremely well with our staff. And that brings me to a few people I must leave till the end, because I want to mention Pat Jenkins. As I said, 2009, that's where the idea started. She was a governor at the time. She has worked with the governing body, and we've got Jeff Charling, the chair, David, the vice chair, Jeanette, I've seen, also a governor. I'm not sure whether Stephen's made it, but we've certainly got 3 governors here tonight, because the governors had to take that decision in times of austerity and looking ahead in the future when money is extremely tight. You know, we've saved this money, but should we actually just keep it and spend it on staffing, etc.? Or should we fulfil this dream that's been 8 years in the making, that will serve this community for the next 2-3 generations? And that's the decision that I and the governors took. We will stick with it. We will make this happen. And it did happen. So a really big thank you to the governors for that. And finally, I'd leave my thanks to our facilities manager, and that's Ben Ford, and Alison, who is our business manager, who have worked tirelessly to make sure that everything we've all wanted to happen is actually just what we wanted. In fact, it's more than what we wanted. I remember being told in the beginning, you've got this much money, you'll get a box. The governors will remember that conversation. We will have a box. Well, it's a lot more than a box, isn't it? It's a fantastic facility for a school, for our primary schools and secondary school, us, but also for our community, because we're going to use it. Where's Neil? Just like Neil's our lettings manager, just like we'll use the swimming pool. All of our primary schools get use of the swimming pool. We're going to be enabling this community to have this facility. We are a community school. That's what we believe in. That's what we've always believed in. So this facility will be for our school during the day, but in the evenings, at weekends, in holidays, it is for our community, and we are the heart of that community. And that's a belief that runs right through from the Chair of Governors to the newest member of staff. That is the philosophy of Stewards Academy. And if you haven't seen our Ofsted report, it's published today, fresh off the press. There are copies over there in the summer. Take it away and celebrate what you have in this town, in this academy, because it's a belief that belongs to all of us. And Gary and I have worked 20 years together, and that's a belief we had from the beginning, and we've stuck with it all the way. And Helen, who'll be taking over my role, believes in that absolutely too. So you have a secure future here. The kids, the young people, the adults who will use our facilities, hopefully help them in terms of health, fitness, and a healthy future. So I appreciate your words about the building that you spoke to me about earlier. Is there anything that you wanted to say?
I mean, as an athlete and as somebody who lives in Harlow, this is just really, really good. It's fantastic for, you know, as you've said, for the community. And I believe that, I've always said that sport is a universal language that we can all speak. And what a better way to enable the community, you know, than sort of just to bring such a, you know, to have this good facility. So thank you.
And everyone involved with the project that's enabled us to get a facility like this and enabled our students to experience, hopefully, better sporting opportunities in the future. I know from my point of view, and I know from the PE department's point of view, we're ecstatic. You know, we've had our little gym, which we've done our best with, and we've used our facilities to the best we can. But to have something like this is just absolutely tremendous. So once again, thank you. In the gym this evening, we've got some years 7 to 10 netballers down this end. We've got some years 7, 8 and 9 table tennis players, and we've got some 7 to 11 basketball players. These are the students that are going to get to benefit from it. There's obviously going to be more. We're going to add much more to the curriculum because of it, and with the extracurricular opportunities, gymnastics, with the netball clubs, etc. It's all looking bright, and we're very, very happy. So thank you very much.
Thank you.